All right, half angle formulas. Half centaur, half man, half angles. So here we go. Suppose cosine is 5/13 and we're in quadrant right here. First off, we just here, find the angle by dividing it in half. You can find sine u, cosine u, and tangent u. Those are the steps kind of do. Then we're going to plug it in our formulas and solve. That's kind of a little quick little deal about what half angles we're going to do. So here we go. Here are our formulas. Take the angle divided by 2. Find, and here we go. Sine u divided by 2 is plus or minus the square root of 1 minus cosine u over 2. Here cosine is plus or minus 1 plus cosine u over 2. And here we have two of them for tangent. Okay, tangent u over 2 can be this one or it can be the following one. Both of them will work. So first off, here we go. Let's find sine of 105 degrees. So first off, 105 is the same as what? 210 divided by 2. Because I don't have 105 degrees as an angle in my unit circle. However, I do have 210. So first off, I might want to find the sine of 210. And if I go to my unit circle at 210, I'm looking right here. And sine would be the y value, or negative 1/2. While I'll add it, cosine would be negative square root of 3 over 2. And tangent would be the y over that, which basically is the same as this right here, 2 over 2, or 1 over negative 1 over negative square root of 3, which negatives cancel. And when you rationalize, you have square root of 3 over 3. The tangent of 210 is square root of 3 over 3. So here's what we're going to do. To find the sine of 105 degrees, I'm going to take 210 divided by 2. So here's my formula. It's equal to plus or minus 1 minus the cosine of 210. Well, the cosine of 210 is negative square root of 3 over 2. But when I minus a negative, it's the same as a positive. And I've got to get this 1 into a common denominator so I can put them together. And when I do, I have this. 2 plus square root of 3 over 2 over 2 over 1. Only what happens when you have fractions divided by fractions?
Upside down, upside down, upside down.
You can multiply by the reciprocal. So now I'm going to take this 1 times that, and 2 times 2 is going to make it over the square root of 4. And here's what I have nice. The square root of 4 will be 2. So here's my answer. Plus or minus 2, plus or minus the square root of 2 plus square root of 3 inside that all over 2. That is sine of 105 degrees using a half angle formula. All right. So it's in quadrant 2. So what is sine in quadrant 2? It is, as 105 is in quadrant 2, it's positive, so therefore my answer is only the positive answer, not the negative one. We have to go back and look up here at what quadrant we're in. In quadrant 2, sine is positive. Let's do the cosine one. Well, this time the cosine of 210 divided by 105 is the same as 210 divided by 2. This time my formula is this. And it's somewhat similar as we had before. We're going to minus the square root of 3 over 2 for cosine, get a common denominator. Flip them again, and this time I'm going to have that over the same thing, 2 times minus square root of 3 over 1, 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2, but this time what is, look at 105, what is cosine in quad 2 at 105? It is negative, so therefore I have to have a negative in front of my value here, that square root of 2 minus the square root of 3 all over 2. And then to do the tangent one, to do tangent 210 divided by 2, all right? We know it's in quadrant 2, so tangent 105 we know is going to be negative. So here we go. So I'm going to do 1 minus the cosine of 210 over the sine of 210. And so I have 1 minus this negative square root of 3 over 2 over minus 1/2, because sine 210 is negative 1/2. I just plugged them in right there. And I have to get my common denominator for the 1, so I can add them together. So I'm going to have 2 plus square root of 3 over 2 minus 1/2. What happens when you have a fraction there? You have to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to flip it upside down.
Upside down, upside down.
And 2's are going to cancel. But that negative is going to make the whole thing negative. So I have a negative 2 plus square root of 3. Or I could write it like that right there. And we do know that tangent in 105 is negative, so I do know that is correct. Right? Also, we could do it the other way. We could do the sine of 210 on top, the cosine. Both these answers, this time, my common denominator is down here on the bottom. And I'm going to have to still turn it upside down. 2's will cancel. But the problem here is this. Now I have this down here, so I have to use the conjugate. Multiply it by 2 plus square root of 3. Well, negative 1 times that's going to make that negative up there. And when I FOIL this, my middle terms are going to go away. 2 times 2 is 4. That's going to be minus square root of 9, which is 3, which is over 1, or just that. Notice I got the same answer either way that I worked it. So what we did was we found our angle used by doubling the given angle. Find our sine, cosine, tangent. We plugged it in, and then we solved.